Right, so today's how-to video, we're going to be fitting side windows and both rear windows on a Nissan NV400 for someone to do a camper conversion. It's virtually the same for most vans, so if you watch this, you'll get an idea of how to fit a window. This is specifically for this van, but like I say, they're very, very similar in how you do them. I think the first protocol though is make a brew, innit?
Yeah.
I think that works
Hot chocolate.
in any situation. And then we'll mark this out, drill some holes from the inside to show us where the things are, and then we'll get cutting. People get a bit nervous when it comes to cutting holes in vans because if you do it wrong, you literally can write a van off.
Especially when it's a brand new van.
Oh yeah.
We used to cut them in brand new vans all the time for welfare vans, so we're not last anymore.
So guys, if you're wondering what a welfare van is, it's basically a van that's been installed with a kitchen and perhaps a bathroom, and it can be rented out and parked up on a work site to allow staff to make teas, coffees and go to the bathroom. Now this is something Liam and Andy used to do before starting the channel, so this used to be their bread and butter really, so they're going to show us how you do it.
Ian used to say to me like, "Are you not nervous cutting holes?" I said, "It's not my van, mate."
No, not my van, no, exactly.
That was my old boss there. Yeah, I used to build welfare vans for him. And this is actually his son's van that he's selling to someone to make a camper. So, should be fun. Right, so the first thing I'll do, I'll mark all the corners out. I'll crack the corners.
Yeah.
I'll mark the corners out with a drill. So at the end of the straight, I'll drill a hole there. I'll drill a hole there and then I'll drill one in the middle. And that way, from outside, I know where that corner is then. I'll do the same on them all. Then from outside, I'll just draw my straight lines. And then we can get to cutting. So I'll just get cracking with it. So as you can see, that's my corner from outside, so I follow the holes and then I know this bit straight to the next hole. So that's the corners done. I might get the angle grinder and just take this strengthening piece out so it's easier to cut with the jigsaw from the outside. But other than that, that's your drill holes done. And that'll be the same for each one. Get us the grinder.
Right, so before we carry on with today's video, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to today's sponsor, OBD11. OBD11 is a great little tool to have.
It's like a little diagnostic tool that'll fit in your pocket.
So it's fully licensed with car factories, smart advanced diagnostics and customization tool.
So it's got official licenses for the VAG, BMW and the Toyota and Lexus groups. It means you've got maximum safety and full support from the factories for the latest updates.
It's not just a gadget, it's your ticket to unlocking your car's full potential.
With OBD2 functionality, basic diagnostics, engine insights and gearbox tweaks, OBD11's got your back.
So OBD11 is created and made in Europe, so you know you're in safe hands. So we wanted to plug our OBD11 reader into this BMW E90, but as we know, it only supports 2008 and newer. So I'm going to show you what it does on a couple of other cars.
So on this A5, we were able to put a G-meter and a lap timer on the dash, which is cool if you want to take your car to the track.
So we also put the Seat Leon on a diagnostics and found out an over-revving engine fault. So with the one-click app, we were able to fit him a speed warning indicator on his dash, just to remind him when he's being silly. So we've also fitted them with the US-style turn lights. It leaves the indicators on and it looks pretty cool. And lastly, with my personal car, this Audi A4, I turned off stop-start as it can ruin my starter motor. And I also added the needle sweep, so every time I put the ignition on, my needles go.
So for other brands newer than 2008, it'll do your basic OBD2 diagnostics on your engine, emissions and automatic gearboxes.
So once again, I want to say a massive thank you to OBD11 for continuing to sponsor us and helping us through our YouTube career. We appreciate it a lot.
Was that marker gone that we had? Found it, mate. Just going to mark these now. We've just got a straight line. have to be mega neat because we've got a trim that covers this. Just gives the grinder for now so I can just take these out. I'm just going to take the strengthening panel out now. Just so it's easier for the jigsaw to get through from the other side. That's your line as well. Purposely went through the skin on the other side, just so when we do the straight line, when we cross that, we know we're in the right place. Have you got a piece of cardboard or something, Lee?
I was just going to say that. To block, use that there next to you.
Wait, so
No.
to stop the sparks hitting the windscreen, I'm just going to put a piece of wood there.
Or the setting the seat on fire.
Oh, setting the seat on fire. That should be off. So that's the strength the gun. Did that cut through the other side then?
Yeah.
On the bottom as well?
Yeah.
Right, so from there we can just mark it all from the outside. You literally join the dots, like dot to dot. So just give it a brief little colouring in. That's the mark I've left there. So when we do the straight lines, you know, when we pass that we're good. And then once we've joined all the holes up, we'll cut it out with a jigsaw and then go from there. These are a must-have when doing this because it's sillily loud, isn't it? Absolutely stupid. You will become deaf doing this. So when we get them on, look at us being all safety conscious.
Yeah, but we know how loud this is.
Yeah. You know, if we're taking the safety seriously, like it's serious, it's that loud. It's a joke.
So now we've got all the lines joined up to show you where we cut that out there, where all them lines are, will be inside. So you won't see any of the cut because it'll be this side of the matte black stuff. Just as it'll be neat.
Yeah. Tell everyone to put their earmuffs on. It's gonna get loud. There you go, one hole. Yeah, so with this bit, we've obviously got a bit of like body sealer here to glue the panels together. Now the trim we put on, it needs to be touching like this up here. So I'm just going to cut that out, and then when the trim goes on, that clamps it together anyway. Just like that. Easy as that.
Watch your Jerry Springers as well because it'll gouge you this stuff.
Yeah. It's quite sharp. Every now and again it might take 2 hammers as well just to knock a few bits like tighter together, but I'll show you that now. So let's see where that bit's bent out a little bit. When we're putting it on, we literally hold it together and push it in. We could even put a bit of the sealer stuff down there if you wanted. They're just them bits where it hopped out. Just run a grinder around that, just to soften the edge a bit. Other than that, Just going to put a floppy disc around that so the trim goes on nice and easy. Right, so next we're going to put the rubber trim around. So here's the rubber trim, basically like a U section, if you can see it. Right, literally tighten these up, start at the bottom, in the middle. And as you put it on, squeeze the panels together.
Yeah, whatever you do, don't stand on it because you squash it together and it's a nightmare.
Oh yeah, ruin it. Sometimes you've got to give it a bit of a wiggle over the corners and make sure it's banged down. Right, so when you get it back around to here, you can actually see, can that camera focus in, where you can see where the metal pieces are, and you get right in there. You see the flat bit and then you've got the joint. That's between the steels. So if I find that one there, let me move out the way. You can literally cut it off with a Stanley. Just like that.
Jabbly, jabbly.
Yeah, so that's the first window prepped, ready to go in. Well, the hole's prepped. Now we've got to prep the window. It's not that hard, it's fairly straightforward this.
Oh yeah.
So here's one nice hole. So this is just basically getting rid of any grease, fingerprints, any crap off it. And it will evaporate on its own. And we can just stick the window to. And make sure you get near enough up to the window because you don't know where your seal's going to be. So I think the seal's going to run down there, but we will put a bit, you know, that shape. So that's that clean. I'm going to do the same to the window on the van, but obviously you don't need to see that. We're just wiping any crap off it, and then we're going to prep it. Now, another little handy tip Liam's going to do here now.
Quick little tip as well. This stuff is a nightmare when it's cold. So what we do is put it in a sink of hot water and it goes lovely and soft with the silicone gun. Literally just leave them in there to go soft as they can in hot water. Only for 10 or 15 minutes, it'll be lovely.
Put it in the warm water, just loosens everything up and gives your hand a bit of a break, to be honest. So that's done. Oh yeah, I've got to do the same as well on the van with the panel prep. So I'll do the steel on the van now while the adhesive's warming up.
Teddy bring us blue roll the other day, she did, didn't she, somewhere?
I remember her doing it, but... Right, so again, that's just got to dry now. Yes, we're going to lay a nice bead around the window. We'll probably do it here so it seals and just put a bit along this bit so it doesn't rattle. But these are specially made with a V cut out of them. Leaves you a nice bead. So we just put that flat and then it'll leave a nice little triangle bead for us all the way around.
We'll get Jono some nice shots there, they'll like that.
Loves a bit of beading, doesn't he? Where? You don't want to do this too close to the top because it will squirt out, but don't do it right on the rubber either. Put a bit here because obviously the window comes down and it might get a bit of a rattle. But don't go too close towards the edges just in case. And that there will do.
This is something else not to get on your fingers as well.
Oh yeah.
This is an absolute nightmare to get off your fingers.
It's mucky stuff.
It's probably there the week in it.
Yeah. Right, so before you fit the window, get some tape handy. I mean, this stuff is pretty sticky. You put it in, you can let go. But to stop it sagging, we just put tape on the top. So I'm just going to prepare that before we put it on. Let's put that there. Oh, above it.
Yeah.
So, just leaving it on ready. I mean, you don't really have to do this, as in, put it on before. You can get the window in, someone just hold it for a second. Trying to look a bit professional, yeah. Oh, just be professional. You're having a f***ing giraffe. So what we're doing is just gonna roughly find where it goes, there. Push it to, yeah. What do you like for the end?
Back to you a bit if you can.
Well, see, that's how sticky it is.
Have you got gaps still?
Yeah?
Smaller. I'm overhanging.
That's in there. Might be touching the inside.
Yeah.
So, that's where it's going.
Right.
Make sure you give it a firm press all the way around.
When this van's a rocking,
Yeah. Right, so
fitting windows.
what you want to do is make sure your gap just goes up a tad. I'll just stop it sagging. See what I mean? If we put it right to the edge of the cylinder. And voila! One window fitted. It takes a few hours to go off this, so don't move the van for a few hours after you fitted the window. To be honest, I'd recommend leaving it overnight really, but you can move them.
Yeah.
So there we have it, guys. That's how we install a van window into a van. This can work for camper vans, doing a welfare van, or maybe you just want a window in your van. But we're not quite done for the day. We still have 3 more windows to go through, but we're really going to whiz through these now. Now the principle for the other 3 windows is virtually the same, with the only exception being the rear windows, in which case you'll need to drill out the spot welds to loosen the supporting frame. But once you've got through that, it's just rinse and repeat, making sure we follow the same steps that we did on this first window.
Hey lad.
Sapo, can I have an ice cream please? There's that bit done. Put the trim on again.
Right, so that's both them rear windows trimmed in. The only problem with these goggles, I can't see worse now.
And there we have it. Still to the job's done.
Yeah, all 4 windows boxed up.
3 hours.
Literally took us 3 hours.
With bruise.
With bruise.
So, you'd probably smash it out in 2.5 if you'd really try. 2 years.
Yeah, if you're doing it on your own, a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And if you're doing it being a little bit less confident, slightly longer again, but
Yeah.
still get them all done in a day, easy.
Yeah.
Easy. In a working day, like.
Easy peasy, squeezy lemons.
The worst part about it is metal filings off the jigsaw.
Yeah.
So guys, we didn't have time to show this, but after all the sawing, Liam and Andy were absolutely covered in metal filings. And as you know, one stage of the process was to make sure that the window was not contaminated before sticking it on. And Liam and Andy had to blow themselves off with the air compressor.
Lovely jubbly.
We've used the grinder before. It's just easier with the jigsaw. Find it well easier. I mean, you snap the odd blade, but a tenner for 5 blades, who cares? It's just an easier tool to use.
And the grinder fires sparks everywhere, which can damage windows,
Yeah.
damage seats. So it's always better using a jigsaw. But the main thing is with this, obviously safety and prepping, making sure it's clean. Once that's done, it's literally stick it in, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's that easy.
Stick it, press it, tape
Yeah.
it. Done.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. How to on a camper van window fitting kit.
Easy enough.
Yeah. So if you've enjoyed today's how-to, please like, subscribe and leave us a comment.
You can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Oh, starving.